Hey guys, Jenna here. Welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of tiny homes and unique vacation rentals. Today we're back at the Tiny Digs Hotel where they have 12 tiny houses of all different themes so that you can try out the tiny lifestyle. Behind me is their newest tiny home called the Rock and Roll Tiny Home, which has a 1950s theme and a few surprises. If you'd like to see tours of the other tiny homes here at Tiny Digs Hotel, you can check them out in a link in the description. Pam Westra, the owner of Tiny Digs Hotel, is going to take us on a tour of the Rock and Roll Tiny Home, so let's jump right in and see the inside.
Will you join me? Will you roll? Make this house our tiny home.
Hi, I'm Pam Westra, owner of Tiny Digs Hotel here in Portland, Oregon. Welcome to our tiny house community. Tiny Digs Hotel is a hotel of tiny houses. It's a little bit unique from a lot of tiny house hotels because each house is a total different theme and a whole different structure. Currently, we have 12 houses available for people to rent. When I started dreaming of the vision of doing a little community like this for Tiny Digs Hotel, my first page in my notebook on the hotel was all the ideas I had for themes of the houses. Our first house that we built was the beach tiny house. The next one was the bamboo tiny house, the barn, and the log cabin, and the modern house, and then the boho wagon. Those were the first 6 that we opened with. In the last year, we added 3 new houses to the fleet that we have here at Tiny Digs. One we rescued, a gentleman had started it, he was a contractor. His wife wanted to move to a city that didn't allow tiny houses in the backyard. That's the Rock and Roll house, and we've just had lots of fun converting that. My husband and I are 50s babies. We had a lot of fun bringing a lot of old antique-y 50s style things into that house. Welcome to the Rock and Roll House, our latest addition to Tiny Digs Hotel. It's also one of our smallest houses on site, but it actually has the biggest loft, believe it or not. Come on in. As you can see, it's pretty bright yellow in here. Didn't have a lot of windows in this house, so we wanted to have it nice and bright inside. This is the living room area. This house is only 10 foot by 13 foot, so very compact spacing in this house. This was a typical 50s style living room, 50s, 60s era. Skinny legs on furniture, not overstuffed. The shag carpeting. Some people, they have aversions to shag carpeting because it really was kind of awful stuff back then. People have some memories of that. Most houses in the living rooms and dens had chain lamps in them, and so this was a cute one. I painted it the green. We have a little fireplace. That's our main heat source in this house. Gives it a little romantic ambiance in here, but yet is functional. So you might be wondering, some people that are younger, what is this gizmo? Well, this was way prior to cell phones. This is the telephone. Now I'll show you the kitchen area of this little house. One of the feature things that people comment about when they walk in is this retro looking mini fridge. We just thought that was really cute. We had to have one of those for this house. This is coffee, to make your coffee in the morning, but they had these tilted bins so you could scoop out your 5 and dime bag of candy if you wanted. The starburst theme was big in the 50s, the atomic starburst they call it. When I saw this light, as you can see, that little starburst, I'm really into lighting. I say have fun with the lights because they can really bring out some of the best in your house. When you come stay in the rock and roll house, you can actually get into rock and roll. We have some albums of Elvis's here, some 45s of Elvis. We actually have an old retro looking, it's new, it even has Bluetooth on it so you can play some music and actually cut a rug here. So here is our little yellow drop leaf table. This was like one of the things that I looked for the most, and then when my friend found out that's what I was looking for, she gifted this to me. She says, it's just sitting in my laundry room in the basement, you can have it. But my favorite thing in tiny houses is little drop leaf tables. You can consolidate space. This one is, the leaves are so small that even when you put it down, you can still slide a chair under here. So when the chairs come next week, there will be 2 chairs here, one on each side to slide under there. These were huge. These are the grapes. I had to have them. I was looking for coasters for in here, and they make these little tiny replicas of albums, the 33 speed albums or a 45. So these are in various spots around the house too as coasters. And now we'll go into the bathroom. Here you see Elvis in his attire from the movie Jailhouse Rock. This is a nice big shower. It's a 36-inch shower for this house. A lot of our houses have a 34-inch shower, so this will feel like luxury in here. Lots of Elvis memorabilia on the 2 walls in here. This is his 45 record, Blue Suede Shoes. Blue Suede Shoes was one of his huge hits and still is. When people think of Elvis, they think of Blue Suede Shoes. So that's how the flooring came into being in this house. So now we'll go see the loft. It's one of our biggest lofts here at Tiny Digs because this section of the house is 10 by 10. So it's a rather large loft area in it. So it's pretty cute. So this is the loft of the tiny house. I wanted to keep just natural wood in here to show off the architectural features of this type ceiling. This is totally different roofline than we've ever had before. These chenille bedspreads were a big thing. They're really soft, made out of cotton. They shed a lot, but they're really soft and nice, and you could get them in all different colors, and it was kind of fun. Vintage old suitcases are a big thing to use in a house, so we wanted a vintage suitcase for the nightstand in this house. And I put some little bead on it, so if you had a cocktail or something on there, it would be up a little higher. And then on that suitcase that we use as a nightstand, there's the little old blue car. That's actually a telephone. The ultimate vision for Tiny Digs was that we would have 13 to 14 houses here, so we're not quite complete yet. My husband keeps telling me, slow down, we need to take a breather now and then, but I have lots of different themes of different things that I want to do in the future. So the vision keeps going.
If you like these kind of videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get a notification every time I post a new video.